And speaking of no judgment, I was in that Facebook group yesterday. A lot of you, I'm gonna call you out in that Facebook group. Hypocrisy.
It's my fault. It is.
It really isn't your fault though, because you and I have had a conversation about it, and we were and yesterday you were in a shitty mood. It's hypocrisy, because I'll tell you right now, it's like if Cody and Copster were hosting the show, and if you listen to the Wangers, they would break into a Pokemon conversation, right? And there's a ton of Pokemon. Thank you. There are a ton of Pokemon fans, and maybe new ones that would find them. And if those Pokemon, and if there was somebody on the show that didn't want to do it and started yelling at them about not having, not wanting to talk about it, and then the fan base said, "Oh, why do we have Pokemon fans here? Stop talking about Pokemon when you do a show 5 days a week." Guess what, motherfuckers? I like talking about wrestling, and I will when I want to, because that's what's going to happen. So if you don't want to watch it, there are actual time codes inside of it, so you can click upon it, because it is. You are a hypocrite, and I'll tell you why. Because it's the same people that go and they say, and I forgot this message many times, and I saw somebody who made a comment against some of the wrestling fans yesterday who sent me a message that like months ago. Thank you for having Collider Live. It's a place to escape, because a lot of times I can't talk about movies, and I can't talk about movies or this geek stuff at high school, and I feel like I'm out of the, like, people don't want, I'm not accepted, but when I listen to you guys, I feel accepted. And that same person was saying, "Why are you talking about wrestling?" How do you think that wrestling fan feels? How do you think that wrestling fan who like, there are clips that we put on the channel. There are clips that we put on the channel that, by the way, they do very well. The Ronda Rousey one we did close to like 60 or 70,000 views, and those are new people who find the show. And the new wrestling fan who says, "Oh, this is a wrestling friendly show. I'm going to go in and I'm going to listen to these guys, and I'll listen to what else they're talking about." And then you get a bunch of dicks in the Facebook group who are telling them, "Oh, why are you watching this stuff? Why are you watching Captain Marvel? Why are you watching Shazam? Yeah. Why are you watching any of the stuff you're watching? You're being a dick. You are being a straight-up dick about, don't talk about wrestling." Fast forward it, because there are people who like it. There are people like myself. I don't watch it every week, honestly. I watch clips. I watch that clip of the thing, and Satin has built his business on it. Roca likes it. Ken Knapsack likes it. There are people who like it. So, shame on you guys. Because you can
some of that does
it.
fall on me, though, because I have created an environment where it's easy for me to like rattle off that I hate wrestling, right? And a lot of those people, because I am a member of this crew and I have made that something that is my vocal thing. But you shouldn't attack other people for watching it. And I attacked you yesterday. What I'm attacking is the actual product that I don't like. But that doesn't mean that if we throw it on in the future that I won't be a part of the show. I will make my wisecracks about it.
Right.
And I will never watch wrestling. That's just me.
No, I said to him beforehand,
yes.
I said there is no world that I think that, because he had said to me yesterday, he said, "Why are you pushing wrestling on me?" And I told him, I said, there is no world where I think you are going to become a wrestling fan.
Sure.
Can I cut him for a second, though? Muku, you did call the fan base garbage. He was people.
Mad. He was a pissed off.
No,
he was in a pissed off.
I know, but I wanted to give you a chance to address that, because you're saying I'm going to attack the product.
I'm attacking
what he was just saying they're shitty people. Was that confusing to you?
We gotta be specific here.
That may have blurted out of my mouth because that was my thoughts and towards Ryan Satin, and he got upset, and so I apologize. Yes, it's a certain joke. But what I'm saying is that what I look at as wrestling, to me, is in fact garbage. Okay, so I don't like wrestling.
It's the same way that you'd watch a shitty show.
Correct. That's garbage.
Right, like
The Ranch on Netflix.
Right.
That is trash.
Right. So
really?
That is a terrible.
Let's be cops, right? You like that movie, and
every other people thinks it's garbage.
But there's another show. There are shows that you like that I probably think are garbage. So we're on the same.
Correct.
So we're on the same page here. So everybody's going to be allowed to talk about whatever the hell they want to. But the whole point is that there's also something to me. Like I said, I used to write for the WWE. I also run a movie trivia league that takes a lot of WWE influences, and I am fascinated by the business, and I'm fascinated by the way that they market, and I want to talk about that. And that's the other thing I said to Makuga. Makuga also has a very good brain when it comes to marketing, and I said, I would love for you to look at it that way, because I want to have your input on that type of stuff.
Believe you me, I am so intrigued by the fact that he's been able to build a brand of something that is fake, right? To me, it is fake. Right? To a lot of other people, it is not.
No,
it is
that's
a drama. Well, it's a drama.
Right.
It's a drama television show that they consistently watch.
You see it as a fake sport, as opposed to where other people watch it as a television show.
My mother has watched soap operas for 50 years. Do I think that's garbage? Absolutely. It is daily trash of just over melodramatic stuff, and I look at soap operas the same way. It's not for me.
Right.
Now, do I think that the genius behind the WWE is something to behold? Absolutely. What they've done with their pay-per-view, what they've done with the brand, how they've been able to monopolize and cannibalize every single brand that has even come close to them is very impressive as far as a business model.
And because of that, that's why, because the AEW, where Dusty Rhodes' kid is now putting on this new product that's going to be more like, they're leaning more into the sport. And when that launches, I'm going to be talking about that a lot. Sorry. Because I want to find out if the WWE is going to have that competition that they had when the WCW was around. That's very fascinating to me because I want to see how Vince handles it. I want to see the war that happens. I'm curious about that. So like I said, there will be time codes. And if you don't want to watch live, then don't deal with it. But how dare you guys in that Facebook group? How dare you guys to where you're the hypocrisy of it. The hypocrisy of it to where just because you don't like it, but then there was a great meme, by the way, of they showed like wrestling fan and the non-wrestling fan wrestling, and then they showed the Bachelor fan sipping in the back, like drinking, like because no one's talking about that. We talk about Bachelor sometimes, and same thing with Doreen. Doreen like tunes out of it, and then we talk about it. You can tune out. That's fine, but we're not going to stop talking about shit because you don't want us to.
Two things.
Yeah.
Number one, can I pick something?
Yeah.
I want to talk about Big Brother when it comes back on in the summer.
And you should. And guess what?
Sure.
Guess what?
Nobody else watches it,
and
so
I'm
it's
never
gonna
going
be
to
a
watch
tough
that
room.
show. Yeah.
It's going to be a tough room.
I'm pitching it now.
Okay.
I'm gearing you guys up to it.
But that's the thing. If you find something
But
if you see something on Big Brother that you
that I
kind
want to show you guys.
you're like, I got to talk about it. By the way, and Ryan Satin told me the other day, he's like, hey, there's a show on, what's it called, like Paradise Island or something?
Yeah, it came from England. People
are going nuts about it. He's
it.
like, I don't know of anyone who watches that show, but you guys should talk about it. And I'm like,
What's it called? That's not it.
It's Temptation Island?
Temptation Island or something.
Something like that. But anyway,
on Hulu,
if you see something that you want to talk about, like Big Brother, something crazy happened, tell us the story, because to me it's human interaction. Because I did watch. I
bring
went
up
home.
Jeopardy all the time. Nobody in here watches Jeopardy.
No, but it's a matter of what interests you. And so when, by the way, I did watch because I had seen everybody saying the same thing you said about The Bachelor, that episode, how great it was, right? And my wife was like, it was the best. My wife had no interest in watching the season because she thought he was going to be boring. She's like, he's my favorite of all time.